What's up, world? It's your boy Ma. We're moving up, where we build, we help, and we impact for the glory of God and for the good of those we serve, man. Man, I just wanted to drop a gem real quick, man. I got the opportunity, was blessed with the opportunity, man, to serve at Vanguard. Is a school that I spoke at, but in the midst of speaking there, an opportunity arose where one of the counselors had a family that was having a hard time with their son. And so she asked me if I would be available to do individual sessions with that young man. And after I agreed, she passed my information on to the family, talked with the parent, one of the parents, and got to know the situation, kind of, what they were thinking, feeling, expectations, things of that nature, and to get a feel for if this is something that I felt led to lean into, which I did, and had the first session, and today was the second session with this young man. But today, something that I've always been thinking about and have always run into when serving young people, but have never publicly posted about it, just observed it, made adjustments to action to help those young people navigate that space. Where it was two things that really hit me today from our conversation that I want to share with you. If you're working with young people, especially high school age, this young man is a freshman in high school, but it is at this range, age range, that kids begin to wrestle with identity on a variety of levels, whether it's ethnic, whether it's sexual identity, whether it's spiritual identity. They're trying to come into a space of understanding who they are, and then they're transitioning a little bit to who am I away from my family? Who am I away from my parents? Who am I away from my church? Who am I away from the things that maybe I grew up being inundated with or being surrounded by, and then trying to nestle into what that space is for them. And so, and then the second thing was control. This young man really wants control of his life, and trying to figure out what does that look like. And in his effort to try to get control, he's pushing back against every system that's in place, against levels of accountability, against the parents, against the teachers, in ways that are not crazy, but they're enough where it's making it difficult for teachers to teach, and it's making it difficult for his parents to connect and have conversations with him about these things. And so when we're talking about young people that are striving for to identify who am I away from these entities, who am I in and of myself, right? Identity, and then wrestling for control of their lives as they're getting closer to adulthood, we have to understand that at that time, it's not up for me as an adult to try to control my child, even though I want to. You know what I'm saying? And every parent I know identifies with this. Even as a teacher, it's not up for you to control a high school student. Many will push back unless they're like non-conflict personality types who don't like conflict, so they might fall back. But a lot of kids will, because they are striving and trying to gain control. And so the bit of advice that I have and that I've noticed that I utilize with students that are trying to find their identity and also trying to get some level of control over their life is that coaching them. It's about coaching a young person in this time, because there are three levels of development that young people go through, and it's much deeper than this, but just keeping it at three. There is the cultivation period. This is a period where kids are discovering what they're capable of, what their possibilities are, what their hopes are, what their dreams are. And so the world is just like this everyday treasure that they're discovering, and they're discovering themselves. And then there's a space where they go through where after discovery that they're wanting to have conversations about what they've discovered and conversations about what they're experiencing and seeing in the world. During cultivation, they're just taking in, just absorbing like a sponge. But in that conversation period, which hits around middle school, they're wanting to talk about some of these things that they've been encountering in the world. And if we don't leave space for that, then we're going to kind of halt their growth and development as young people. And the last stage, which is hits around high school, is the coaching phase, where we're going to be coaching them through the things that we've been cultivating and conversating with them about over the past years. And so when you have a young person that is in a space where they're trying to identify who they are away from all of the things and people who have influenced them, poured into them, and helped them develop, but also trying to exercise control over their life, then they're going to need coaching. They're going to need conversations that that help them work through. You're going to need to ask a lot of questions and to discover what they're really thinking about and feeling. And based on that, giving coaching pointers about ways that they can engage the world, which gives them, when you give coaching pointers, it still puts the control in that student's hands or that young person's hand, whether or not they're going to apply it, whether or not they're going to engage that opportunity that you're extending to them, and letting them know that you can't control everything, but you can control the controllables. That there are things within inside of your life as a young person that an adult authority, a teacher, or a parent may have jurisdiction over. But you can choose how you respond. You can choose to make adjustments in order to move in a direction that maybe you're envisioning your life going in a way that is healthy and productive and continues to nurture the relationships, the healthy relationships that you have in your life. And so, man, if you're working with young people who are in this space where they're trying to discover identity, trying to discover, how to gain control of their journey, it's coaching time, man. It's coaching time. It's time to coach them, not control them. It's time to coach them and not control them. And so, man, if you want more information about some of the services that Movement Up offers, in particular, some of the individual work and things of that nature, feel free to give me a DM. Email me at movementup@live.com if you need to do that. And for those of you looking for a speaker to students or a trainer for your educators or those that are working with young people, reach out to movementup@live.com or hit me on the inbox if you're watching this video on whatever platform you're seeing it on. But man, looking forward to serving you. Got some awesome things coming up that I'll be reaching out to schools in the next semester. So excited to share and give some opportunities for also schools to experience what it is that Movement Up has to offer, man. So y'all be blessed and have a great one.